Yo, what's up with y'all, boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this money making Sunday, Easter Sunday. Um, Here at the Big Dogs Morning Show, man. Ready to make some money, man. Of course, we got good schedule of Major League Baseball, 4 NBA playoff games, and 3 NHL Stanley Cup playoff games. So ready to make some money today, man. Ready to attack it. I got a really good crew of guys with me today. Brian Bittler doing double shifts this weekend. What's happening, Brian?
Well, I'm in a good mood after a good day, but it's a lot about luck because the Texas Rangers came up there with a Dallas Garcia hit a home run to win it for me, in the ninth. That doesn't happen every day. The New York Knicks woke up. They were getting beat by the Pistons basically the whole game, just outmanned, and the Knicks woke up and covered. That was luck, I think, and Houston Astros came back late and won. So sometimes a little bit of luck's involved, but hopefully you can keep the luck moving forward today on a Sunday.
Hey, man. I tell people all the time, luck is involved, and you'd rather it be on your side than not. Hey, green is green. Green is green. Shout out Brian for a good day yesterday. Let's keep it rolling. Javon, what's happening, bro? How you doing today, my man?
Listen, where there's luck on Brian's side, there's always another side to that. And I was on the other side. You know, yesterday got smacked up, got taken behind the woodshed. You know, let's just first things first. Denver showed something, and it took a while, but they ended up actually doing it in. The main guy who not to say let him, but saved the game for them and tried to give it up at the same time. Russell Westbrook.
Oh,
You got the whole experience from that guy. That's just what he does. He
Number
makes
four.
winning plays. He makes losing plays.
Number four yesterday was
Luckily for Denver backers, and I was a Denver backer, but I had it at 2, so it was a push. But I consider myself lucky getting the 2, even though they were up 5, and Norman Colin Powell hit a meaningless 3 to get on to get the other side the money. It was almost like a win for me. That's how bad yesterday was. And personally, it wasn't so bad because I had Minnesota first quarter and Knicks first quarter, and so it leveled out on a personal level and got to get some money back on some in game. But that Detroit game, fourth quarter, I fell asleep. I woke up and they had an 8-point lead. That's when they started to collapse. And I woke myself up and I'm like, I know they're not gonna get this one up. Campaign, he turned into Phoenix Suns campaign. And then it was a mixture of everything. The refs stopped calling certain things on one side. That's not the reason why the other Pistons lost. Campaign started hitting shots, and then the Avalanche just came on, and the Detroit Pistons forgot how to play basketball. They threw up on themselves every single possession, and they shitted on themselves at the same time. So a 21-0 run, that's not supposed to happen. I don't care, what anyone says. If you're handling the team for 3 quarters and in the fourth quarter you puke on yourself like that, I don't think they're ready for prime time, and they might get swept out. When you have the big pussy, sorry, Carl Anthony Towns, doing this to you and stunting on you like that, it it might be over. They had their chance, and I don't know if they could bounce back from what happened in that fourth quarter. They might be too young, and as good as JB Bickerstaff is as a coach, I don't know if he's a next level head coach to guide them through what happened last night.
fair enough. I thought well said. I really ain't got nothing to add. I mean, word for word, bar. Word for word, bar.
Hey, that's what we call a right side loser, because they had that game until, and the biggest the biggest what do you call goat in this one, scapegoat that is, would be or the biggest what's the derogatory term for someone who didn't show up, when the lights were brightest. You choose the term.
There's a few words.
You could
Choice
pencil
words you
in,
could put.
and you could pencil in Kay Cunningham as that, because that was his moment. That was his breakout moment, and he didn't perform. Multiple possessions, he went down and threw the ball away or got stripped. You had the Thompson twin. He was running down the court, and they were still in line for a cover because they was only like down 7, 8, 9, and he just threw the ball in the stands. So yeah, they just, I don't know what the hell happened with those guys, because they were playing well, but that fourth quarter, the Knicks found a gear that the Pistons don't know anything about.
Yeah, I wrote that game off. I was like, I'm screwed. This is done. Detroit's gonna hold on to this one. But
Man.
It shows why the Detroit Pistons are 0-15 in their last 15 playoff games. That's all that does. I was on the Pistons as well with you. They looked real good all 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden, NBA, when the game's on the line, it's who shines brightest in that fourth quarter always, right? And well, guess what? Maybe it was a little of the Pistons not showing up, nerves, because they didn't play good down that stretch. They just, as you alluded to, puked all over themselves in that fourth quarter. It was brutal in that one. It was one of my only losses of the day. So, yuck in that one. And again, can you bounce back? I don't know if you bounce back from that. That definitely is a gut punch, because you were rolling right along, hanging with them. But game 2, can you bounce back and do the same thing? You need to do the same thing. Going down 0-2, going home, good luck. This is the guy that got there. We were excited to see them there, and then what do? They completely fell apart in that fourth. Yuck. Tough one. And speaking of luck, hey, I'll take the Rays coming back yesterday in the walk-off fashion. They hit my MLB play of the day. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck like that. And I had the Clippers at the 2.5. So I waffled. I almost took the Clippers on the money line in that one. I'm glad I didn't and grabbed the 2.5. Those points definitely were needed down the end. How do you not get a shot off and then before the overtime clicks out? I just don't get it. How do you not get a shot off before overtime? That just makes it. That was awful. It shows exactly like what Westbrook is. You pass it over to Westbrook, it's like he kind of goes in like, oh, shoot the ball! Like, at least shoot the ball. Like, I don't know what he was trying to do there in the corner. Maybe he was trying to make a pass, be fancy like or something, but just shoot the ball.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of y'all all make some really good points. For me yesterday, I took it light. Unfortunately, I took it light. If I would have added anything, I would have got slaughtered. I went 1-1 officially yesterday. My top play of the day was the Nuggets. I had 2.5.
Oh,
Norman Powell, fuck you. Is what it was, be what it be. I did cash with the Pacers. Giannis has now lost 6 straight playoff games. Something to be concerned about? Maybe.
they just were cold from the 3.
Nah, the thing about that game is they had open looks. They couldn't hit the side of a barn. They started off 2 for 18 from 3.
Yeah.
So, basketball, the NBA is a make-or-miss league.
Yes,
and the Pacers were making all their shots, and unfortunately for the Bucks, they were missing all their shots.
I agree.
So that's really the bottom line, because they had their looks.
I agree. And then quietly kept. Last game on the card last night, I did not like what I saw. I did not like what I saw, man. I'm a little nervous. I don't think we should hit the panic button yet. I don't think we hit the panic button.
You better hit that panic button.
You better hit that panic button, yeah.
I'm not hitting the panic button. I just think it was a little reality check, is all it was. Just a little, I think a lot of people thought the Lakers would Lakers in 5. Like, that's been the narrative, down the stretch. And Minnesota had other plans. So now that they done came and punched in the mouth, somebody in the comments said here on this show, or it might have been on the Jam Session comments, LeBron in his career is not great in game ones anyway. So I don't think it's time to hit the panic button. I was a little nervous about that game yesterday. It was written all over my face, describing on the Jam Session and on this show. I didn't have it officially. But we'll see how the Lakers respond game 2. They have to come out and look good in game 2. No way they can go down 0-2 heading back home. To Minnesota. But we'll see. We'll see. And then, yes, I see y'all talking about it, man. My Stars. Oh, my God. They're so fucking terrible. Oh
there's one. Don't worry about it. What's your coach Pete DeBoer's in game 1s since he's come to Dallas? 0-7 in game 1s of series. And guess what? They made back-to-back Western Finals the last 2 seasons. So don't sweat it. Dallas Stars always lose that game 1 of the series. 0-7 in game 1s of the series. That series is far, far, far from over. They let Colorado got him. You're missing some guys. Wyatt had some shots there to rip it to score that first one. I thought he had a wide open look, and I'm like, yeah! I thought Wyatt Johnson had the open look to make it 1-0. That would have lifted the roof off the place, and then that momentum just carries right along. Don't worry about your Stars. That's going to be a long, long series.
Hopefully, man. What are we now? 8 straight losses. Whew. They better figure something out. Figure something out quick. Figure it out quick. All right, fellas, man. Let's talk about some today money, man. Let's talk about today. What we got? We got 16 baseball games today. With that doubleheader between the Rockies and the Nationals. So we'll do 4 at a time. 4 slots of 4 in baseball today. First slot up, man, we got the White Sox and the Red Sox. Tanner Houck on the mound for the Red Sox. We got the Orioles and the Reds. Old man Morton on the mound today for the Orioles. We got the Pirates and the Guardians. Logan Allen versus the ace, the all-star, Mitch Keller. He need to get his shit together. He ain't been pitching like it of recent. And we got the Phillies, a.k.a. the Bryans, versus the Marlins. My guy on that mound today for them Phillies, though. Jesus, knock, Luzardo. Brian, you're up first here today in baseball. How you feeling, my man?
Ooh, it's a crappy bunch of games here. But yesterday I really loved the Marlins and Phillies over because the weather was perfect. And not that the weather's bad today in this area. I just think Jesus Luzardo could easily go 7 shutout innings against the Marlins here. And everybody in the world saw all those runs scored yesterday. Total's only 7.5. I'm going to go with the under. 7.5 here, Marlins and Phillies. I think it's a lower scoring game.
Javon, how you feeling, my man?
I'm gonna take the over in the White Sox Red Sox game. I mean, I could see Tanner Houck, bouncing back after that miserable performance he had in his last game. But this seems like a one that's prime for both teams to get a little bit of runs, especially on the Red Sox side. I thought yesterday, they were gonna. Well, I had the under in that one, so I didn't think they were gonna do too much damage, but I thought they were gonna hold the White Sox to 1 or 2 runs. It ended up being 3. I thought it was gonna be like a 5-2 type of game as opposed to a 4-3, late nail biter type of game. But with that being said, this one just lines up with Burke on the mound. He's gonna give it up. There's a crosswind in Fenway. It's not blowing out, not blowing in. It's blowing from left to right. And it's windy out there. So, if a ball, if a ball's flown a certain way, it could definitely, get out of there towards right field. So with that said, I can't touch the Red Sox. I'm definitely not touching the White Sox in any capacity. So I would only back the over in this one. It's at 9.5. I think we could get there with that one. Logan Allen, he's actually pitching good this year, getting plus money or even money. I like my chances against the hapless Pirates in this one. Mitch Kelly, I see some regression out of him, and I will only look to fade him. I think this is a spot to fade him. And it would only be extended clip for the Phillies. Jesus Luzardo's on the mound. He should take them deep, probably 7 strong. Possibly shutout ball. On the other side, I think that the Phillies, they remain scoring. I think they get over themselves in this one. I think they get the 9. To be quite honest, so I'm looking for a bloodbath in that one. So it'll be Phillies and the over extendo clip. However, you got to get it to plus money. That's how I would play it.
How Razawaki, how you feeling? First 4.
These first 4, two I like here in the spot. I think we're going to take a book right out of Javon's book and go. We're going to go a 2-teamer here to get you to plus money. I like the Phillies there, as I alluded to, extendo. I think you just take the -1.5. I think they easily cruise to the 2 plus run win there, not give it up late like they did yesterday, and easily cover that run line for us. And then we're going to take Boston on the run line there with the Houck. I think Houck does bounce back there in that one. Why? Because the White Sox, they just don't score enough runs. As we've seen plenty of times, they just don't score enough runs to win ball games. They gave it a good shot yesterday. Why? Because they had a good starter going. Smith was the name starter for the White Sox yesterday, and he's good for going 5 innings and solid pitcher. He just doesn't get any run support. As they gave up 3 in that first 5, and they were that close to winning the first 5, and then had no sniff after that. It was close late, but not really. I think Houck bounces back. And one of the White Sox, 0-18 when they hit a 3-game span when they're as a team hitting 175 or worse. And that's what the White Sox are doing. So Boston's going to pound the White Sox there in that one. So take the Boston on the -1.5 run line. Pair that up with the Phillies on the run line. It gives you a plus 185 there in that one. Little 2-teamer to start the day in MLB.
For me in MLB, a lot of y'all talking about bounce back. I'm here to tell y'all somebody who's not bouncing back. Old man Morton. We're going to continue to fade his ass. He's been terrible to start this season. Give it 4 runs, 5 runs, 4 runs, 5 runs. What do I expect him to give up today? 4 runs, 5 runs. One of them. I like a Yerfie in this one. I like the Cincinnati Reds at plus money today. I like an over in that baseball game as well. So, hey, that's just how I'm attacking it. Orioles are tremendously overrated and overvalued at this current time of the season. A losing baseball team, 9-11, but heavy favorites with the pitcher on the mound who's been terrible. Gotta attack a nice plus money spot today for Cincinnati. The other game I like in the slot, I wanted to try to find a way to take the Phillies. I'm pretty priced out, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I kind of like an under in this one. Like for some reason, I'm feeling like a 1-0, 2-0 win for the Phillies. That's why I don't really want to lay a run line. It wouldn't shock me if it was a really low scoring game. But I'm with you guys. I think Jesus goes deep. I think he has a really good outing. I would look at his case prop. That's what I like in that one. It's just I'm priced out of really betting the Phillies. I don't really feel like sweating runs today with them on a run line.
I can't believe what good numbers Brent Sutter has over his career. I wanted to rip that pick, but because it just looks off to me. You look at Brent Sutter every year, even for the Rockies, he had a 3.38 ERA. I'm surprised that his numbers are this good over his career. But so that sounds like a solid pick for sure.
Yes,
he's only going an inning or so, right? He's your starter. He's your starter bullpen game, right? And then they got a rookie going following behind Suter. That's That's where you gotta just tread lightly on that guy. It's his first start, right? Suter, we've seen, and he pitches great numbers, but he only goes an inning, and he 1.2, 1.1. He doesn't go whole. He doesn't go deep. He's just your little starter. He's the setup guy to kick off for the rest. But old man more in his ass.
Oh my man, terrible.
Oh,
Bro, we head over to the next four in baseball, man. We got the Atlanta Braves at home at the crib with the 50-50 Twins rolling in. We got the Seattle Mariners on the road in Toronto. Luis Castillo on the bump, the real one, not the fake one, the real one. He's on the mound today. Michael Walker versus Scuba. Tariq Scuba, man, that man's on the mound today. And we got the Yankees. Ooh, yeah, the Yankees. Max French Fries versus Pepio today. Jovan, how you feeling, man? Here in baseball.
Scuba's on the mound. There's got to be a way that I could back him. So I'll say whatever his over outs is, I'll go there. I'm also gonna take Nerfy's probably juiced out, but you could probably parlay it with something else. So that would be one leg of like a two-teamer with like another Nerfy or Yerfy. But I would go Nerfy with that one for the KC Detroit game. And you know what? I'll go -2. I'll slide a Steno clip on Detroit. You know, just a better ball club. You know, the Royals can't hit their way out of a wet paper bag. Michael Walker, you should get touched up for a little something. Then you get to the bullpen, they'll get touched up some more. So it'll be Detroit -2. You could do run line, but yeah, I would say -2 because I think they'll win by 3 at least. We got it done with the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't know if they do it today against Max Fried though. Don't look quite like them against lefties. But the plus money, it looks tempting to me. But yeah, that's about it. Don't really love the slot.
Hot Razuak.
and for me in this time slot, I'm going to take the Rays there in that spot. I think that momentum of the big comeback comes. They can get another win. They can be a big plus price. I'll take a shot there with the Rays at home. They love beating up on the Yankees. They have a slight edge on the going back and forth series wise. So give me the Rays there. I think that momentum carries them over here on Sunday. Max Fried, hey, he can get fried at any moment. So I think he can get fried here in this one. Give me the Rays in that matchup. And then the other one I'm looking at is give me the under in Seattle and Toronto. I think we see Castillo have a solid start. And then I see Lucas Leaston on the other side. He got rocked last time. So I expect him to bounce back here in this spot because he got rocked by Atlanta. He gave up 3 home runs, and that was costly. In that one with the nerves, I think he bounces back there in that one, pitches a solid game. So give me the under between Seattle and Toronto.
What is a Nerfy? A Nerfy is a no-run first inning. No runs in the first inning. A Yerfy is yes runs in the first inning. For me, in this slot, I only like one game here. I don't want to overcomplicate it. I like the Brian. God damn, man, I'm on Twins today, Brian.
Don't do it.
Easy money today. I shouldn't even say that. I'm giving it easy layup. It's a layup.
I'm a sucker for punishment, man. I'm going back to him today, though. Come on, Joe Ryan, man. Let's have a good outing today, man. This is gonna be. Braves sweet. It don't even sound right. with how bad they've been this season. Twins salvage something and come out here with a win today. That's my thoughts, man. I got to go with the 50-50 trash-ass Twins today. Brian, you with me?
I think Joe Ryan would look great in a Yankees or Baltimore Orioles uniform. You know, they could really use a stud like that, and he's never got the pitch for a team like, you know, a really good team like that. I'd like to see what he could do. As far as this grouping of games, I'll take the under in Tampa Bay and Yankees. I know we saw this is similar to that Phillies game where we saw a ton of runs. I think it goes back to how it was on Friday, that 1-0 score. Fried's gone 7 innings basically his last 2 starts. Over his last 3 games, 19 innings, only 3 runs given up. I think Fried pitches solid. I think Pepio, I think he can have a strong performance for the Rays, and the bullpens are solid. So I like the under in the Rays Yankees.
We got the Cardinals and the Mets. Sonny Gray and Holmes on the mound for the Mets. We got the Athletics and the Brew Crew. We got the Diamondbacks and the Cubs. Taillon versus Merrill Kelly. And we have the Texas Rangers and the Dodgers. Male versus Glasnow. Hot Razawak, you're first, my man.
And in this spot, top slot here in this one. Nice walk-off for Texas yesterday. Dodgers were rolling right along. And they love playing when Molly's on the mound, that's for sure. Can't fade that guy. He's not the greatest, but he's definitely having a good start. And Texas definitely gets up for when he's in. So I got nothing there. Maybe an under. I think, like we've seen yesterday, lower scoring one at 9. I think Glasnow has a good start. Molly's been rolling along. 9, 10 runs to beat us. Nah, give us the under 9 there in that one. Dodgers, Texas, and then I'll take Arizona here. I don't like Taillon pitching for the Cubs. And then Arizona, hey, we know their offense can roll it at any time, and nothing like seeing Taillon on the other side serving you up some meatballs. Give me Arizona in the plus price. Kelly, not the greatest. I don't think either of these pitchers equate to who gets the win. 7. Books thinking they're going to roll along. Must be the wind blowing in there as well. So give me Arizona on the plus price to get the win there over the Cubs and Taillon.
I'm on my Rangers today. Shocker, I know. But that's where I'm at, man. Male has pitched really well. Really, really well. I think this is going to be a pitcher's duel style game because I expect Glasnow to pitch well too. It's not like my Rangers offense has been dominating this season. They've actually been kind of quiet. But our pitching is what has propelled us to have such a solid season. It's just a really good plus money price between what I think 2 of the best teams in baseball. Rangers made a statement yesterday to close out the game. I told y'all this is my World Series. The 2 former World Series champs. I don't think the Rangers lose the series today. That's all I'm saying. Plus money price with as good as Male's pitch. I think he cuts down the damage for the Dodgers offensively. I know my Rangers offensively not hitting that great, so Glasnow probably. I like that under with Brian. I mean with Rod. Me an under. Give me the Rangers plus money in that one. And small lean for me on the Diamondbacks plus money with Merrill Kelly. I'm not an Italian guy either. I have been backing the Cubs more recently than I probably would have thought I would have pre-start of the season. I do like what I'm seeing from the Cubs overall. I just don't think Taillon's the guy. A great starting option today. Diamondbacks salvage something here today. I think I might want to attack plus money with him today. Right?
I guess I'm just a Dodger hater. I think Glasnow's overpriced here. He's living on his name, and Malley's not getting any respect. Rangers, a lot of momentum after yesterday. I'll take the Texas Rangers on the money line, nice plus money, and I also like the Arizona Diamondbacks on the lean. Just think they're too good to lose 3 in a row. Not that the Cubs are bad, but I think they can get to Taillon. So I'll take the Diamondbacks also on the money line.
Yeah, the plus money looks tempting for the Arizona game, but I'm not going to touch it. Something stinks to me in that one, and I think the Cubs could very well sweep them. I'm not going to touch it, but I just want to add my 2 cents. I'll lean under in the Dodgers and Texas Rangers game. Glass now not having the best start to his season, but he's a standout pitcher. He should be able to keep these Rangers under wraps. And hey, say Malley's been doing the job. Got a sub-1 ERA right now, and Otani's not in the lineup, I don't believe. Just had a baby, so I could only see this going one way, and that's under the total.
Fair enough. Sound like we all like that under today. It's gonna come out be 15 of 12. We'll see. Last slide of the day, fellas, in baseball. We got the Nationals and the Rockies, Jake Irvin, Kyle Freeland. We got the Giants and the Angels, Justin Verlander, Yusei Kikuchi. We got the Padres and the Astros, Dylan Cease, Framber Valdez. And then we got Rockies Nationals Part 2, Sentitella versus the Lord. I'm up first here in this slot, man. Let's do it, Rockies. I told y'all I've been chilling. I've been cooling. I ain't been betting them. Today, and I want them game 1. I want them boys game 1. Kyle Freeland. I'm attacking this spot. I wish I was getting like some plus money to do it, like taking the Rockies even money. We're asking for it, but at the same time, I think I could just say the line tells us what we need to know. Like, come on, Rockies, if y'all can't win this one, bro, then damn, it's already gonna be a long season. This could be a historically long season if y'all can't win games like this. Y'all might enter White Sox from last year territory if y'all don't win a game like this. And that's just how my brain works. So, leaning on the Rockies game 1 behind Freeland. I like that under between Padres and the Astros. I think this is going to be a pitcher's duel, similar to yesterday. 2 really good options on the mound, Valdez, Cease. Let's not overcomplicate this one. What's this, a Sunday night baseball game? Yeah, I think this is going to be a really good game. Tune in, watch, kind of have on the side screen while you're watching the NBA or WrestleMania. But yeah, I'm leaning towards an under between the Padres and the.
Sorry, I just saw reading a comment. Oh my goodness. No, I wasn't expecting to read that. Kikuchi's not good, I'm guessing.
How you feeling here, Brian?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was listening to Rod. I think the obvious pick in this grouping here is the LA Angels here on the money line. How far is Verlander fall? I know he's a future Hall of Famer here, but they're letting you take the 14-7 Giants at minus 115. Verlander's BP to me at this point. I like Kikuchi. He saw the 6-inning performance. He gave up 1 run against the Texas Rangers at Texas. Not that he's a Cy Young candidate, but I think Verlander's just seen better days. I'll take the LA Angels at home.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be the over in the San Fran and Angels game. Look, his Hall of Fame career for Justin Verlander, but he stayed in this league 1 year too long. He's and he's been crafty these last few years, even though through injuries and all, but he's fell off a cliff. It's sad to see, the greats, at the tail end of their season, at the tail end of their career, look like a single A ball guy, let alone a triple A ball guy, So I think he gets beat up, and same thing for Kikuchi as far as giving it up. I think in this one he'll give it up nicely. I think this one is going to be a game that goes into the double digits on a Sunday. So I like the over in this one.
All right, close us out in baseball today, my man.
Yeah, I agree. Give me the over there in that one. You look at San Francisco. Hey, their bullpen gave up what yesterday? Nothing. And so far this year, when they have a game where their bullpen gives up nothing, they follow it up the next day, 9-1 to the over are these San Francisco Giants. And with those pitchers on the mound, good old Kikuchi. Hey, Kikuchi, over the last 2 seasons, pitching on Sunday, 12-0 to the over when he's on the mound on Sunday. So, yeah, he is the Punani on a Sunday is Kikuchi. So, and then you got Verlander on the other side just serving up big old meatballs to whoever wants to hit him. It is what it is. There, he's there for his veteran presence to try to get some young guys pitching and rolling along. Not his pitching numbers; they've been awful. Give me the over in that one. And another one I'm looking at to close out the slate here is you're looking at that the Sunday night game, right? San Diego and Houston, Verlander versus Cease. You know, like Cease hasn't had the greatest start to his season, and you look at Verlander on the Valdez. Framber, he's already sweaty. He's still not even started the game, so he'll have a good start there. Not the start that he's wanted because he's got roughed up in a few games. But I think in prime time we get ourselves an under. That's why it's priced at 7.5. Give me the under 7.5. San Diego and Houston in the Sunday nighter game.
That's all for Major League Baseball today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head on over to the National Hockey League Association. Somebody yesterday in the comments was like, Jay, there's no association at the end of hockey. I know.
We added it. We added it. We started a petition too. So we're going to change it to the National Hockey League Association. It's coming. Sign the petition. We'll find. We'll send you the link. It'll come soon. We'll start the petition to try to get it changed to the NHA.
The NHLA. We're gonna keep league.
Oh, we're gonna league. So nice. Okay, we'll keep the LN. Yeah, nice. Yeah,
National
NHLA
Hockey League
Association. Nice. Okay.
Today, man, we got the Devils and the Hurricanes. Hurricanes, huge home favorites. We got the Maple Leafs and the Senators. Maple Leafs minus 160-ish right now, I'm seeing. And we got the Wild on the road versus the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Golden Knights hanging around minus 195, huge home favorites as well. All right. Or actually, I think it's Brian.
Oh, yeah, this is a crappy. I hate games that are all these games are like almost minus 200. I like my hockey round to pick them here. But as far as free picks go, I'll turn to a total. I'll take the under in Vegas and Minnesota. I know Vegas one of the best scoring teams in hockey, and Minnesota struggles with the puck and net. But I think I like playoff hockey. I like unders in playoff hockey. Yesterday I got burned with Winnipeg Jets and St. Louis. They scored a lot in that first period. That kind of crushed my under. But I think overall goals are going to be tough to come by here. I see a 3-2 type Vegas win. I'll take the under.
All right, Zawacki, how you feeling?
And for me in these ones, give me the over between Ottawa and Toronto. I think we see plenty in that one offensive wise. We know that the Leafs can score, Ottawa can score. Leafs, I think their big guys need to step up as well. Austin Matthews, we've seen what his playoffs have been like. It hasn't been pretty. So this Leafs team, hey, you've got the home ice advantage. It's on your side. You need to step up here in the spot. But you're going against an Ottawa team that has been a formidable opponent over the last 2 seasons. They're 5-1 head-to-head versus this Leaf squad. I'm a dominant. And then the thing that really, you know me, I'm a Leafs fan. I'm an Oilers fan in the West, and then I like the Leafs in the West. But I can't do it. Nope, can't do it. Throw that hat off. Give me the Ottawa Senators here in this one. I just can't do it. Why? Because the Leafs are about to get all-marked. Again, where does all-mark play? He plays in Ottawa now. But where did he play? He played in Boston. What was the Maple Leafs kryptonite over the last few years? Over and over and over again? Boston. Guess what? Allmark 2-0 this season versus these Leafs. How many goals has he given up against the Leafs this season? 1. Give me the Ottawa Senators on the money line in that matchup. And I agree with Brian. Another series, this Vegas squad. You hear anybody talking about Vegas rolling along and making it to the Cup? Nah, not really, right? They're kind of just slipping under the radar. Well, guess what? They've been consistent all year long, and they've dominated Minnesota from start to finish. They do it again, especially at home. Vegas, when the playoffs hit, they put on a show. It'll be the game starts at what time in that matchup? 10 p.m. Eastern, right? So 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock your time. It's not going to start till at least 9:25, 8:25 East, my time, 10:25 Eastern. Why? Because Vegas puts on a show, good 15, 20-minute show before they kick off the game. And at home, absolutely been dominate over the Wild. It's been like 4-1, 4-0. Expect the same kind of thing. Expect an under. I don't think the Wild. Think their team total under as well. Two good, solid goalies. But either way, the Vegas Golden Knights get the win. Take them on the puck line. They win by 2+.
I think it's going to be a great night in Las Vegas tonight, man. I think John Cena coming out with the title. And I think the Las Vegas Golden Knights coming out with a dub.
I like John Cena. He follows me on X, so ever since then I've been a big.
For real? Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
So hopefully he wins.
That's cool. So yeah, I think I like the Golden Knights. I know it's a big price. What is it? Minus what I say, 200. I would pair if you want to parlay it up with the Hurricanes. I just don't see either of them two losing today. Both of these two teams, when I think of dominance at home, these are the two teams I think of. You know, Hurricanes dominate up there in Carolina. Golden Knights dominate at home. I think they both. I don't think they're just going to skate to easy wins, but I think when it's all said and done, they both win the game. So, parlay them up. Golden Knights, Hurricanes. That's what I got for y'all on hockey today. The way Rob was talking, man, he kind of talked me on to them Senators. I ain't lying.
How can you not? You're going to have the big Kachuk. I think he's bigger than the other brother, the guy that plays for Ottawa, of the Kachuk brothers. And then Allmark, man, he's just dominated the Leafs year after year. Only giving them one goal all year to the Leafs. I don't see him giving them a whole lot to him today.
Chris knew not to show up today. He
Leafs are playing.
Leafs playing today. He didn't want to hear the dasher, so he said, "You know what? We'll get him tomorrow, though. We'll get him tomorrow, depending on what happens. He might come in here all cheesy tomorrow. We'll see." All right, fellas, that's hockey today. National Hockey League Association Stanley Cup playoffs. Let's talk some NBA. Let's talk some NBA, National Basketball Association. Y'all want to do two at a time or one at a time? It's up to y'all.
Two
at a time.
Double them up then. We got the Memphis Grizzlies out on the road facing the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. Oklahoma City, sizable home favorites, laying 13.5, total 230.5. First game on the card. And we got the Magic of Orlando out on the road facing the defending champs, the Boston Celtics. Celtics, sizable home favorites on this one as well, laying 13.5. I believe it is Jovan.
Yeah, we'll start it off with the Grizzlies, Thunder, under 230.5. I just find that the Grizzlies are gonna find it extremely difficult to score in this one. You're looking at an OKC Thunder team who they're one of the, if not the best defensive team in the association, and all those points and all those opportunities and all those easy buckets that they got on Friday night, they're not going to see those on the Sunday afternoon. Jaw's going to get not saying he's going to get locked up or anything, but he's not going to get those rim runs that he's used to getting. And with that injection that he got, a couple hours before last game, you might not see the bounce in his step like you did in the last game. I'm not gonna say he's gonna look horrible or anything like that, but I don't think you're gonna see the spring in and his jumping ability like we did on Friday night. Because he was playing off of pure adrenaline and whatever shot they gave him. Triple J, he doesn't do well against the Thunder. Desmond Bain, he might have one of his normal nights, which is 15 points, somewhere around there. But who else is going to step up for them as far as scoring? I don't think they're going to get easy looks from three. The Thunder, one of the best teams in closing out, defending the three. So I could see them staying well under their team total, and that's going to be the catalyst for this one staying under in the first place. So I could only go under. And like I said, add in Memphis team total under with that. As for the Orlando-Boston game, listen, game ones for the Celtics could pencil that in as a dub. For the most part, they rip apart teams in the first quarter, in game ones. So it could only be Celtics first quarter for me. I think they'll have a sizable lead at the end of one. Bad offensive team for the Magic. If Paulo or Franz ain't doing anything, or they're having normal nights, who else are they gonna get it from? It was an outlier with all those other guys hitting their shots on when we last saw them against Atlanta. So we're not gonna see them shooting 40% from three. They're gonna shoot, somewhere in their average, which is 31%, one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league. And in order to hang with the Celtics, you're gonna have to, hit your fair share of threes. That's just that 3-point variance, that comes into play in this league today. So it'll be Celtics first quarter for me.
Hot Rod Zawecki, how you feeling?
And for me in these couple games here, I like one spot here. I'm going to take the Celtics in that first half. I'll lay the 8. It's just one of those spots when they're avenging a team. 28-11 in that first half. I think they come out and have a 10-plus point lead heading into that into the break. Don't let that number fool you. That last game, Magic winning. It was 97-76 in that one. Boston gave a rat's a hootie tootie about playing anything in that game. It was just they went through the motions. That's about it. and then the Magic got the nice big win. So I also lead to an over.
They didn't play anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It was just one of those things. So I like Boston. We've seen it plenty of times that this Celtics squad, when they're motivated and ready to play a game, they just put hammered down. And or as Jovan says, belt to ass. It's coming. First half, I wouldn't be surprised if they're winning by 20 heading into that locker room. So I'll lay the 8 with the Celtics heading into the break in that one.
Say it with me, y'all. Thunder Buddies for life. It's just that simple. They're my favorite money-making team. They've been that for the last couple seasons. I think they come out here and flood Memphis exactly like they've done all season long. These two teams have matched up 4 times this season. Oklahoma City blitzed them in all 4. 130-106, which was on the 29th of December. 125-112 on the 8th of February. 120-103 on the 5th of March. 125-104 on the 27th of March. Let's not overcomplicate this one, man. Oklahoma City was the best ATS team in the NBA this season. Oklahoma City has the rest advantage in this one. They've been chilling, comfortable, cool. Memphis coming off that game the other night, still dealing with a couple injuries, like Jovan said. I'm still kind of worried about that foot for Ja Morant. The way Nico Harrison was talking about defense wins championships. You would have thought they was going to play some defense like the Thunder be playing. They gave up, 90 in the first half? That's what it felt like. Fuck up, Nico. The thing about the Thunder is they're not just great defensively, though. They're really good offensively, too. Shea gets to his spots. He finds his guys. His guys hit the shots they need. Oklahoma City is one of the best venues in the playoffs. Like Memphis, we typically trust them at home. They're a much different team at home than they are on the road. I think this one has all the pieces, all the making of maybe – I know the line is 13.5. Some people are like, damn, that's a lot to lay in the playoffs. Man, I might even go Jovan style extendo. Like this might be like a 20-plus point ass whooping tonight or today to start the day. Kind of eerie, similar to how Indiana was on Milwaukee's ass earlier in that one. I just don't think Oklahoma City lets their foot off the gas. Memphis will have their spots. They will have their chances. They will have some opportunities in this series to probably do a couple things. But I think that's mainly going to come at home. On the road, first game, I got to roll with Oklahoma City. Boston, Orlando. I still think Boston is the best team in the NBA by a pretty decent margin. This is a team that I think kind of went through the motions for a lot of the season. Last season, I felt like Boston was in prove it mode. Like, let me show y'all we the best team in the NBA. They were still out to prove that. This season, coming off the champs, they already proved it. They had nothing to prove. They were prioritizing just hanging back-to-back banners. Now that it's that time, the one game that Orlando played in Boston earlier this season, they got obliterated. The score in that basketball game was 121-94. Probably going to look something similar to that. I still think Boston is the best team in the NBA by a pretty decent margin. I'm so serious. They're healthy in this one. It looked like everybody's a go. I'm rocking with the Celtics here. Brian?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you guys. I think bettors in general are pretty fickle, and they've seen Orlando cover 4 of the last 5. They saw them crush the Atlanta Hawks. According to BetMGM, Orlando Magic are the top bet side as far as tickets go. I just think Boston's just going to I think you could extend it up to 16.5 there. I think the Celtics are going to kick their ass. They've been, just cruising through the season, and now you turn it up here, game 1 at home. I think it's, you could possibly have one of the biggest routes in NBA playoff history today. I just think the Celtics are the best free pick on the board today. So I'm going to lay it with the Boston Celtics here.
Celtics, Boston. I still hate their ass, but can't deny greatness. You can't. They're 7 deep, bro. Sam Hauser and Peyton Pritchard should be starting on somebody else's team. Like, coming off the bench in Boston. Second. The last 2 games today, ladies and gentlemen. Got the Miami Heat out on the road versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland sizable home favorites, laying 12.5 here in this one. Total 215.5 in that game, and we got a really great series, man. I think the Clippers Nuggets personally is a series. I think it's the best, but I mean this one's right there. Like this one's right there. It's arguable. Warriors Rockets, I think is going to be one of them ones, man. Can the young team, the Rockets, finally overcome the old guard in Golden State, man? Houston 1.5 point home favorites. Hot Rod, you're up first here, my man.
Oh, I'm going to take the Heat here in the first half here in this one. What we see in the second half of the season, since Jimmy Bucket's left, they're starting to put some things together as this Heat team and playing some pretty solid basketball rolling along, especially in that first half. 29-9 ATS in that first half. And you're going to give me 7.5 points with the Heat there in that first half, I'll grab them. Give me the Heat plus the 7.5 in that first half. Full game, I don't know. That Cavs offense is going to be tough, but definitely in that first half, I think it's a lot closer than people think it's going to be. So give me the Heat there. And then the Warriors and Rockets, man, this is definitely going to be a pretty good ball game in this one. I like the over. I think we see plenty of points from both sides. We know the Warriors are going to try to run a gun, and they've got if Curry starts hitting some shots and shooting that three, he'll definitely add to the total. And we know Jimmy Buckets can score some points as well. So I went on both sides. I want to see Houston roll and play some good basketball and get themselves a win. But we remember the last meeting. Is there an option that we can bet that we might see a fight in this one? Because this is going to get chippy. These two teams definitely don't like each other. And it's going to turn into a scrap meet is what's going to happen here. So I'm going to take the Warriors here to punch the Rockets in the mouth first here in this one. Give me the Warriors to beat the Rockets on their own court in game one.
For me, I think that Cleveland Heat game, I think, is going to be almost to a T what that Knicks Pistons game was yesterday. I'm getting the same exact vibes from that game where I feel like Miami through the first half. I want to play Miami first half. I like that, Rod. I think they're going to play them extremely tough. I still have major question marks about Cleveland. You've heard me and Jovan talk about who we think Cleveland is for majority of the season, and now we're going to see here in the postseason. Are they the Utah Jazz, the Donovan Mitchell-led Utah Jazz? And I kind of got that eerie feeling, man. But they are the better basketball team by a pretty decent margin. It wouldn't surprise me if game was super tight through three quarters, and just like we saw the Knicks do, they turned up fourth quarter late at home. Can Miami hang on and cover is the $1 million question for me in this one. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say Miami hangs on and covers. Cleveland, I do think is the better team. I do think Cleveland wins the game, but I think Miami. I trust Heat culture. I trust the experience of the players for Miami. Like when you think of the players for Miami, man, all these guys have gone on deep, extended playoff runs. Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins. Coach Spo got a couple rings. Like, this is an experienced Miami team. This might not be like the top tier A talent you're looking for that some other teams might have, but this is a pretty deep Miami team. And I think they can cause Cleveland a little issues. I want the points in my back pocket. Hopefully they can hang on. And then last game, I'm on Golden State, man. I'm on the Warriors. For me, what it comes down to is the Warriors have pretty much owned the Rockets over the last 3 seasons. As far as the season series this year was 3-2 Warriors. It really was 4-1. Rockets stole that first one. They had no business winning that fucking game. No business. Refs pretty much gifted that one. That first win that the Rockets got, that was right before the in-season tournament. That last one, the Rockets held Curry to 3 points. Amen Thompson held Curry to 3 points. Hell of a defensive effort. I like what I see from the Rockets. I really do. They're a great team. Curry going for 50 tonight. Curry going for fucking 50. Hey, man. Y'all held me to 3 last time. Let me show y'all young Bucks something, man. Welcome to the playoffs. Welcome to the fucking playoffs, you young Bucks, you young rooks. Y'all was beating y'all chest, acting like y'all did something in the regular season. Watch this. Let me show you something. Come here. Step back. Green. Like, this Rockets team don't have a whole lot of experience in these style games, and I think they get down in that water. It's not gonna be fun. You got playoff Jimmy here. You got Draymond. It's going to be a hell of a series. I don't think the Warriors are going to run away with this series, even though I do have them winning it. But I think game 1, they come out and punch Houston in the mouth, show them that this shit, we don't care about y'all being a 2 seed. We don't care about us being a 7 seed. We don't care about y'all having home court advantage. We've been here. We've done that. One thing I will never, ever, ever do is doubt the light-skinned man in the postseason. I done seen him do it too many times to too many greats. I'm rocking with the Warriors today. Game 1. Brian?
I'm going to take the Cleveland Cavaliers and lay the points. I think this game is similar to the Boston and Orlando, and also similar to that Knicks game yesterday. I think we see the Heat hang with them in the first half, and then Cleveland well rested. They didn't have to fight like hell to get to this point. They've been a good cover team all year. I'll lay the lumber here with the Cavaliers. I think they pull away in the fourth.
Javon, my man, close us out.
Yeah, we're gonna take Miami Heat first quarter. You know, thing about those guys are that they usually go out, get pretty hard starts. You're gonna be catching some points in the first quarter, and I think they're gonna battle. You know, a lot a lot has been said about them playing two games, plus an overtime over the last week. I don't think that factors into anything. I don't think they'll be on tired legs. It's not like they're playing, back-to-back nights or anything like that. They packed for 9 days, as Tyler Hero said post-game. And Cleveland, I think there's going to be some jitters. I think they might be a little tight. And from what I saw defensively from Miami, I think Darius Garland's going to get locked up. He's going to get locked up. Mitchell might play some hero ball in this one. Let's just say that. That speaks nothing to the first quarter. I just think that in the first quarter, I think Miami can hang and possibly win the first quarter outright. So if you want to take them on the money line, it might be your best bet. Get some plus money out the deal.
There you go, man.
And for the second game, not going to say much about it, but what Ime Udoka is going to have schemed up for Stephen Curry. If that 3-point shot ain't falling, then I could see not to say he's going to score 3 points, but I do like his under his points in at least in game one. I think you'll see an explosion from him later in the series, but I don't think game one's going to be the game that it happens.
Oh no, man! You playing with fire? That's the wrong man. That's the wrong.
Listen, we've seen it out of Curry. Some nights he just don't have it. When he has it, he has it. But when he doesn't, he doesn't. And against Houston, it's kind of a tall task. I think some other guys are going to have to step it up for GSW. Not named Curry or Butler. I don't know who that's going to be. Is it going to be Post? Is it going to be? It's not going to be Kuminga because he can't see the court right now. Pozinski. Who else? Mooney.
If you get Green and Brooks tossed, Green could come in there and get Brooks tossed. I think that works out in the Warriors' favor. If Green gets under Brooks' skin and gets him going and gets him it might not take much because they're already that bad blood. We know what Green's gonna be. He's that pesky little guy. He's gonna and then Green get Brooks to swing. You might. Like I said, I wish I could find a bet that we're gonna see a swing in this one. These two teams don't like each other. That Green might be that pesky guy. That might work for the Warriors. Get Brooks, get them both tossed. Man, you start at Ruckus and you get Green and Brooks tossed. That works in the Warriors' favor, but should be a good one.
Yes, it shall, man. Yes, it shall. All right, ladies and gentlemen, man, we covered everything under the sun, man. We did it. We did it.
Yay.
Oh, man, money making Sunday. Plenty of action today, man. I know your favorite plays are over at Pick Dogs Premium. The plays you got the most money on. Brian Bittler got over there today, my man.
Well, off of 4 in one day yesterday, 80 and 54, 60% all sports run, 28 and 14 in the NBA, 67% winners. You can get my best bet in the NBA, my titanium play, $25 at pickdogs.com. Or maybe get my 3 best bets. My 3 best bets in my private plays 3-pack, $50 at pickdogs.com. Check it out.
Check it out with Brian Bittler. Javon, man, what you got going today, brother?
Yeah, it's a bounce back Sunday over here. Think I got some plays lined up. The cash. Got 2 different 3-packs in game 1 for the NBA for the NBA today. So that's 6 in all. I just like how these games line up. There's some games that are correlated, so I'm touching the side and the total for both. And I think we'll see less volatility in this one in today than we did yesterday. So with that said, that's all I have today. I will add a Major League Baseball play. I've been running high in the majors, so it's might as well put in the play that I particularly like. I wasn't gonna, but I will after the show. So yeah, it'll be 7 plays in all. Jump on something long term.
Hop on with Javon, man, and do the damn thing, ladies and gentlemen. Hot Razawaki, what you got going on today, brother?
I'm reading over to Pick Dogs Premium. I got my MLB play of the day. We're trying to make it 8 straight there. We crossed our 7th straight on Saturday with the Rays walking it off, so we'll take that. We're looking to make it 8. Scoop that up. It's available singly, or it's thrown into my Super Sunday 5-pack. In that Super Sunday 5-pack is that MLB play of the day. It's also got a couple plays in the NBA, and then it's also got my NHL one-timer play of the day. We hit that NHL one-timer yesterday with the Winnipeg Jets on the puck line, and I got a nice little spot there as well for you to crush back-to-back spots with the NHL. NHL's been hot. I dug myself a little hole, and we're almost out of it. Only down about a unit, 1.3. So we're trying to pull ourselves back into the winning side of things in the NHL. Got that one-timer there. And then I've got a 3-pack in the NBA. So definitely lots of options. And all the sports have been winning this week. MLB, NHL, NBA. So jump aboard something long-term. Another loaded week loading this following week. We got more NBA, more NHL playoffs. And then we throw some MLB in there as well. Best way to go. Also take advantage of that 2-for-1, 3-for-1, 4-for-1 cabin promotional over at Big Dogs Premium. That's definitely the way to go. Pair us all up and have yourselves a nice winning Easter Sunday.
Do the damn thing with Hot Rod Zawacki. I got a couple plays for y'all today. Of course, I got my NBA play of the day. That's the play I personally have the most money on the daily. Last night, man, hey, I lost. Norman Powell, fuck you. Is what it was, be what it be. Looking to bounce back today. That's all I can say. That's all I could do. Get it back. So, yeah, hop on the NBA play of the day today. Hop on something long term. A lot of NBA with the playoffs in full swing now, man. Day 2, NBA playoffs, man. Of course, I'm gonna have baseball sprinkled in there, and every blue moon, I'm gonna put a hockey play in there if I just love it. Like I gotta love it though. So just baseball really for me, and a heavy dose of NBA. So what I got for y'all today, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know what time it is, man. Parlay time. Parlay. Brian B, what you got for me, my man?
Oh, I got the Celtics laying the lumber, teamed up with the Rays, Yankees under, and the Phils, Marlins under.
Mr. Two-Teamer.
Yeah, we got 3 of them going out. Number 1, Phillies extendo clip up to -2.5. Matched it up with the Detroit Tigers. Extendo clip just to -2. Second one is Celtics first quarter. Matched it up with the Heat first quarter. And if you want, you could do that money line, but play it safe. I'll take it with the spread. Then number 3, White Sox, Red Sox over. Marlins, Phillies over.
All right, what you got for me, my man?
Couple things for you. First, we're going to go with the parlay that I gave you earlier. I love that parlay today. Take the Phillies on the run line. Take Boston on the run line. Parlay those 2 up, and you get a nice +185 there in that one. And then a couple player props. I'm looking at a couple RBIs. Naylor of the Cleveland Guardians. Take him for an RBI. Take Santander of the Blue Jays for an RBI. And then in the NHL, this guy came up the same draft class as Connor McDavid. And he's absolutely money scoring goals. And he's a +175 today to score a goal. Take Jack Eichel, anytime goal for the Vegas Golden Knights.
For me, let's go. Started off plus money. We're going to go Cincinnati Reds money line. Old man Morton on the bump on the other side. I don't need to say more. Then we're gonna go back to hockey. We're gonna take those two money lines: Hurricanes, Golden Knights. No way they lose their first home game to start the playoffs. And then we're gonna go over to the NBA, and we're just gonna take the Celtics. Just take the Celtics. So a little 4-teamer for y'all parlay style. Props today. I like Curry over points. I'm sorry. You hold my man to 3. You gotta show me you can do it again. I like Corey Seager for a home run today. He's due. He's due for one. I think he's probably gonna be a huge one against the Dodgers today. And I like Ja Morant under his points total today. I think the Oklahoma City Thunder buddies just push up on his ass on that perimeter. And it's gonna be a long day in the office for him today. So that's all I like for y'all today, ladies and gentlemen. Money making Sunday. Any final words from y'all? Brian, Jovan, Rod, before we get out of here?
Sweep the board.
Yeah, let's make it a winning day.
The Dodgers can't sweep. They lost yesterday.
I say they sweep.
No, somebody in the chat. So Christian GTD says Dodgers.
He must have turned it off.
Yeah, he must have turned it off late and missed it. The Texans walked it off late. So Dodgers can't sweep. But hey, have a good happy Easter to everybody. Let's make it a big winning Sunday. Get those winners.
Oh yeah, almost forgot. Easter plus 420 for y'all people that's that like to indulge. Double the fun for y'all.
Hippity hoppity, Easter's on his way. Here comes Peter Cottontail, bringing treats for everybody.
If I'm on the show tomorrow, plus 25, 30 pounds, y'all know what happened. Y'all know what
So what do you prefer, the peep or the peanut butter egg?
Peanut butter egg. It's not even close. You like the peep?
Well, I like them both. My son got some peeps and peanut butter cups. So I think after I have my lunch, I'm gonna steal some peanut butter cups and some peeps.
Nice.
What I hate is Easter chocolate, like the little Easter bunny chocolates. I got sick as a dog off of those. I was like 8, and I ate like a whole bag in one day and got sick. And ever since then, I don't eat the Easter chocolate, but I'll eat the peeps and like the little fruity candy and stuff like that. But chocolate, cool.
Some of that Easter chocolate is not the greatest quality of chocolate. I'm telling you.
You gotta get Canadian chocolate.
The little formed Easter bunnies that are like, hey, look, it's an Easter bunny. Yeesh. Stay away from those. They may look pretty, but as Jay alluded to, they're not good.
I'm looking forward to a good little deviled egg today. I think we got some barbecue today. That's what I think I'm eating. So.
Some deep fried deviled eggs. Those are good. Oh my goodness! You take the deviled egg and coat it in some panko and give it a quick little fry. Oh, so good.
Yep. Make it a winning day, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Check out everybody's individual content. And we will see you throughout the week. We'll be back here tomorrow. Chris should be back. We'll probably make fun of him when the Maple Leafs lose. But no, it's not the same, Chris. It's not the same. Try to act more fresh tomorrow, man. We'll see y'all then. We out here.